Hello and welcome to another episode of Georgian Networking. Right, what we're going to do today is we have two separate networks. Now, as you can see, the network here on the left is network 1, 192.168.164/27. And network 2, completely different, is 172.18296/28. Now, I've put down the last available usable address according to the subnet on each of the networks, which will come in useful later. So let's have a look at joining the two networks together. Now, to do that, we're going to need a router. So take a router, stick it in place. It's going to use ISR 4331 router. I'm not going to bother renaming it or anything else at this stage. And then we'll get the connections going. So let's connect up between the switch. So take the fastest connection you've got in your switch and connect it over to the gigabit connection on the router. And we'll do the same on another one. So we've got that was gigabit 000, and this is gigabit 001. Always good to remember what these are and where they're connected to. And now what's going to happen is the connection coming in to this network here, so this is directly connected, now becomes the default gateway for that network. And the connection coming in for this network now becomes the default gateway for that network. So we have to set that up. Now let's have a look at setting them up. So first of all, we're going to go into Gigabit Ethernet 000 and give it a corresponding address. So it'll be 192.168.100.94 is the last available address. So we're going to take 94. Now the subnet mask in this case is 224, which corresponds with the /27, and we'll make sure it's switched on. Okay, so there we go. Now, down the bottom here, you can see that what we've done is, because we're not using command line, but the command line gets done for you when you're doing this here, so this comes in handy later if you're going to be undertaking a Cisco networking course and it's getting to learn these. So there's enable, and then we use configure terminal, so there's two commands, and then in here we're going for the interface, so we're told what interface we want to work on, we've told it the address we're using, and we've changed the IP address here, but you can see 224, and we've put the no shutdown command just to make sure it also stays up when we reconfigure this. Okay, so that's one. Now on the other one, Gigabit Ethernet 001 is the other network. So we're going for 172.168.200.110 will be the last available address. The subnet mask in this case is 255.255.254. Okay, which signifies the /28 network. Okay, so I switch these on and done. Now, to make sure that it works, what we have to do is I want to set up this PC here so you can see. So the last address I used was 172, so I want to use 173. So let's go to the desktop IP configuration and 100.73. Now, subnet mask was 224. And the default gateway this time though, we have to make sure you get the proper default gateway. It's 192.168.100. This time 94. Okay, so 94 is the address of the router. So here we go. So that's our details in here. We should be able to close that down. Okay, now that's that. So that's been set up. Okay, we'll ignore what I've got. That was the old address I had on there. Now let's see if this works. So what I want to do is take this PC here and we'll try sending a message to something else on the other side. So let's take this PC here. Okay, so we've got 172.168.200.100. Okay, Okay, so let's try and see what happens. So get a command prompt and a ping 172.18.200 100. Okay, let's see if we get any kind of message coming back. And it's timed out. Why would that be? We might find we haven't set default subnet mask properly. Okay, so let's go back and have a look. Now, obviously on this side, they haven't had this default subnet mask set up. Let's have a look, see. Desktop. See, this one doesn't have, having an IP address. So we're looking at 172.18.200.100, and the subnet mask is 255.240. Okay, and the default gateway in this case is 172.100.200.110. Okay, so that's us saved there. Right, so that's sent now. That's now got a default gateway set up as well. We should be able to do a ping. So let's try pinging 192.168.100.65. Okay, so I'm going to try and ping this PC here. And there we go, we get our replies. Now that should work both ways. So you would need to test, make sure that your default gateways are set up as well. And because there's only two connections on the one router, they should be able to find each other quite easily. And as long as you put the proper default gateway on each side, so the proper default gateway on this side and proper default gateway on this side, you shouldn't have any kind of problem getting this network to talk. Okay, so there we go. That is how to join up two networks together using a router and a quick and easy way. Now, if you want to subscribe to my channel, make sure you do. Thank you very much, and thanks for listening.